Hello and welcome back to episode 92 of our Oxygen Not Included Let's Play series. Let's get straight to it. Let's go ahead and slap down a command capsule right here. Finish up the body of our rocket. Still need to clear this area, create a system for getting rid of regolith up here, set up a gantry, finish fueling all of our stuff. This needs to have a warp seed planted in it. Should be one right there. And hopefully that will vacuum out this area slowly over time. That's the plan, at least. I don't know if that works. This got turned into vacuum, but we also had this pump in here working at the same time, so that might have been part of it. This is all at 237.2.4. Okay, we'll check back in a bit and see if there's been any change there. Otherwise, we'll just leave it as is. It's not hugely important to be a vacuum. We have 2 layers of insulation there, but we would like it to be vacuumed if possible. And let's go ahead and start building our gas storage over here. Deconstruct, 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 and base, gas reservoir, iron is fine, boom, 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 boom. Well, I think we'll do like 3 apiece for hydrogen and chlorine. Looks to be about where things should be. This is slowly getting built. Let's preemptively get some comfy beds in here. Just in case anybody needs to get printed this episode, we'll have a place for them. Okay. These are now both going, so this overflow problem is going to resume because we're only pumping out 10 and we're getting something like 20 coming in here. And this is also starting to fill up yet again. So we'll want to do something with all of that cool water. Let's also check on how we're doing over here. This is heating up quite a bit. I do kind of want these deodorizers still to be here, but there are other options. Alright, jobs mastered. Who mastered what? Max is now done as an exosuit engineer. That's great. Excellent job, Max. We're just gonna have you be a general engineer. We might need that. Get some mechatronics up and going at some point. Alright, where is a good spot to put? Yeah, maybe put some down here. Okay, base, whoops, no, furniture. Flower pots. 1, 2. Yeah, we kind of want to put stuff here. Didn't quite leave room though, did we? Let's go ahead and just set some up down here. The main thing is we don't want this to heat up. We don't want to get too cold either, but I think we'll be fine. Alright. Plant a wart seed. Okay. So, how are we coming along? This is on its way to getting built. How much room do we have in here? 150 kilograms, 150, 150, 150. Okay, so this probably should just be disabled. There's no more room here, is there? Yeah, it's all just backing up. Okay. That's fine. Oh man, this guy shouldn't be here. So we'll set up our command capsule. We're putting some ice into here, which will help kind of get this exhaust. We are not making any progress on vacuuming out this oxygen. That's fine. So I guess the Wheezewort trick does not work, but I'm fine with that. We're just going to leave some stuff in there, I suppose. What else? What else? What else? We could just go ahead and deconstruct a lot of this. What are the temperatures like? These are all reasonable, because they're basically not running. This is all, of course, very hot. That's fine as well. Okay. So I think we want to go back a little bit to focusing on space. Go ahead and get this built. Which means we're going to need to clear out this area, and we are going to need to have a way of basically digging out this when these things are closed, and probably digging up this. So we'll want to set up a sort of airlock system. We have an airlock system here, but we need what am I thinking? Exosuit docks. That way our guys can go in here, because this place is going to be pretty hot once a few rocket launches have gone off. We'll also want to finish up this bunker. That way we can start generating the steam that we're going to use to power all this. Let's actually cancel this for now, though, and get some... No, we'll just cancel this and say dig up this and not dig up this right now, and try and get rid of this stuff up in the corner here. And ladder, igneous rock. Set up some ladder right here. Okay. And we will priority 6 all of this to get it done a little bit faster. Alright, nice. So we have our rocket all built at this point. We need a gantry to come out here. We need a power system to power these doors plus the gantry. We probably want to link up a space scanner somewhere. It's not hugely important where, but basically just so that we can detect when the rocket is going to come back and have the doors open, and also detect when there's going to be a meteor shower so that we don't try and launch a rocket during a meteor shower. Lots of different little things that we want to do. I'd also like to set up all these Wheezeworts back again. Plant one here, and let's go ahead and plant one here. Alright. That should be all good. How is Stinky doing? 61%. Okay, so we almost have our astronaut trained. Good on Stinks. These will all be reachable. We can deconstruct. Oops. Deconstruct. Okay, what do we have? We don't want either of these guys. No diver's lungs. 8 Paku is pretty interesting, but I don't know quite how that works. That the Paku just get sort of dumped there. I mean, 8 Paku is worth more calories than the Muckroot is. So even if these guys just die, right, we're still probably pretty good here. Let's see what they do with these Paku. This is interesting. If I print 8 Paku, how do they come out? They're just there. Yeah, they're just gonna fall on the ground. Wow. Okay. Sure. I don't know how that works. How am I supposed to catch them? Interesting. We might need to rethink this whole area around the printing pod now that other stuff can be printed. They're gonna flop around and die, and then we're just gonna eat the meat. I'm not gonna set up something just for these Paku that we've got this one time. If they fall, what do they fall into? Maybe they can get their way down here. They'd have to go a long way, though. Jobs mastered. Who mastered what? Catalina, you are done as a general engineer. Excellent, excellent. Let's go ahead and have you work as... You could always use a mechatronics engineer. Eventually we'll want to do a lot of automation, so might as well get that going sooner rather than later. These are still filling up. Yeah, we're going to need to do something here eventually. I'm not sure what, though. Okay. How's our gas pumping situation going? This is all still going slowly. Higher priority, please. Get it going sooner rather than later. Oxygen, oxygen, oxygen. Tons of oxygen. Okay. Looking good. Yeah, we're just going to let this all pile up for now. We don't really care about this heating. This temperature is going to be fine. It's steel. We're going to be good. is already basically as hot as it is going to get. There's 2 of them now. How are they getting in? I don't know. Anyways, let's dig out this and finish up our insulated ceramic tile. Set this to a high priority. Oh man, the lag. There is some serious lag. Yeah, this is a little unfortunate, this temperature down here. We have a guy just trying to put the ice back in the thing constantly. Not quite what we want to have happen. And priority 8 this. Yeah. This isn't a productive use of time. Okay. Let's go ahead and set the priority on these to be all lower for now. Have someone do something else. I don't really want that at priority 7 at least. Priority 7 wasting their time is not really what we're looking for here. Finish up this. Excellent. Let's set this to be a higher priority, that way we can deconstruct this. Alright, and I think we're about ready to turn on this system right here and start generating steam, which is going to be the easy part, then eventually get ourselves around to producing liquid oxygen, which is going to be sort of for the next step. The research rocket that we have right now, it only needs to make so many runs, and then we're basically going to scrap it and put in a different rocket, because it simply doesn't do anything after that point. This rocket can only reach the first tier of planets. It's really just there to collect the research that we need to finish up all the rest of our research tree for the rockets. And after that, it's not... We're just going to switch to petroleum rockets, that way we can actually do something with the rockets. So this silo is going to be repurposed eventually. And that's why we're going to have the liquid oxygen here. We're basically going to pump petroleum up here as well, probably on this side, and fuel our rocket with petroleum and liquid oxygen. But for now, we just want a bunch of steam in the system. What are you working on? Architect wouldn't be bad. Let's have you work as architect. Yeah, so this fuel system isn't relevant for this rocket, or at least half of it isn't, but the other half is going to become important eventually. And then we're going to have to do something with this steam once we've settled that. We'll have it down here. We can try other things with it. I'm not sure what we want to do with it, but we'll figure that out later. For now, it's just important to get our oxygen up and going. And then we can worry about what we want to do with the excess steam that we'll have later. So, another option actually is that we just create another rocket next to this. I could potentially see that happening. Okay, but let's for now focus on what we have. So let me take a look at this. We have our hydrogen loop basically cooling off the system. That's great. We're going to need to have water come into here, which we do have. We have water set up ready to be pumped in. We have... Oops, wrong thing. I was about to say. We have steam that will come down to here, and then we are going to pipe it across. So let's go ahead and say ventilation, insulated gas pipe, ceramic. How do we want to link back up with this is the question. I think we'll just basically go all the way down and up. Yeah, so we will say, okay, go across like this, and then go down like this. And then we will have our insulated gas pipe also go down here. And basically we'll have this fuel bunker sort of link back up with this main line right here. Like so. Alright, looks good. Let's priority 6 all of this and this. Actually, what are we building here? Okay, this is insulated pipe, right? That should be correct. Alright, we might have some breakages that we'll need to worry about, but we can get to those a little bit later, I think. This area is also going to get very hot, so we'll probably want to have a exosuit checkpoint over here. What is this? This is a bunch of random stuff. Yeah, this is just random stuff. Okay. Yeah. But that's going to be our system right here. Once we start getting steam generated, it'll be pumped down to here, if not into the rocket. When the rocket's away, basically these fuel bunkers are going to fill up. Rocket's going to land again. We're going to refuel this. Everything will be Gucci. That's the goal here. This is all a very small amount of carbon dioxide. I think we're fine with that. Doesn't need to be a perfect vacuum. And yeah, looking good. Okay. We'll want to finish up this stuff over here first, though, and also be able to dig out this. Shovel eggs. Okay. What else? What else? What else? Okay, we finally have this system up and going, so we want to finish up our connections. This one will be hydrogen or chlorine. Either one is fine. And we'll just have it come across like so. And then we'll have this one go into here, I suppose, so that all three of these will be linked up. And then this one is just going to be our vent. So let's go ahead and create a high pressure gas vent. Iron is fine. Oh, that's right. We need extra room, don't we? Because I have this fire pole here. Alright, ventilation gas bridge. Igneous rock is fine. Let's go ahead and just vent it out over here. Ventilation, gas pipe, igneous rock. Like so. We'll create a high pressure gas vent right here. Not that there's going to be much coming out of this besides this stuff. There's going to be a little bit of oxygen that comes out, but this isn't hugely important. And then we are going to have ventilation, gas pipe, igneous rock. Our last one come down like this. Ventilation, gas pipe. Like so. Okay. And we should basically have 3 for hydrogen, 3 for chlorine, which I think should be enough for this whole thing. And we'll run it like that. Priority 7 on all this stuff to get it started as soon as possible. How are we doing back down in the industrial sector here? Let's dig out this as well. What's going on? Is our overflow problem getting worse, better, about the same? Yeah, with both of these running, this pump just isn't going to quite keep up. We still have more of these to fill, but we just aren't keeping pace with the output of these 2 cool slush geysers, so we'll need to figure out something else soon. This is Ruby. Yep. Alright. We don't have any more Wheezeworts. This will cool down things a little bit. Main thing is that we ended up putting some hot regolith in here. This is not quite what we wanted. These temperatures are fine though. We really just need to avoid cooking our plants, but they're pretty hardy, so we should be fine. Okay. Which one do we want to have hydrogen? Which one be chlorine again? I guess it doesn't particularly matter. Let's go ahead and set this one to be... Actually, let me check again. We will have... We'll have this one be chlorine. Why not? Chlorine, and this one be hydrogen. Alright. And that should start pumping out all the gas from the system. Mainly hydrogen right now, but as this gets sucked up, we'll get the other ones coming in here as well. Okay. Ultimately, we still want to figure out what we want to do with this gold volcano. I haven't really given that too much thought. But we're going to want all this area around it. That way we can... This is something we want to use, and so we're going to need the area around it to cap it and do stuff. I'm thinking that we maybe want to try having a very simple setup, because I don't really need the gold right now. Maybe potentially we use that magma to, or the hot gold, to try and turn some regolith into magma. Basically create a large sort of cooling pan, dump a bunch of regolith on here, and then just let it slowly heat it up over time. Just leave this capped for a long time until eventually it converts this into magma. It's a thought. And then we'd actually just have a lot of space, because I don't really need the metal right now, and dealing with regolith is kind of a long-term issue that if you have big projects you want to do, you might as well get started sooner rather than later. Alright. Job's mastered. Bert is done as a seasoned miner. And wow, you have really done pretty much everything, Bert. Mechatronics engineer, why not? Okay, let's go ahead and deconstruct this. Move the Swedesport somewhere else, because we're not getting anywhere on this. It's basically just all this gas pump that accomplished it. Pumped it all out into here. We'll need to remember to get rid of this high pressure gas vent before we turn the system on. But we're a little ways away from turning it on, so let's hold off for now. Okay. How are we coming along? Pumping out this. It's all going into here. Yeah, three apiece should be more than enough. Stinky is training. Soon he'll be done as a cadet. How are we looking on our resources? 10 tons of coal. Lots of edibles. Lots of reed fiber at this point. 225. So maybe we shut off our reed fiber farm at some point. This carbon dioxide is slowly making its way over here. We want to revamp basically this whole area eventually. Just isn't doing anything right now. Insufficient resources, clay. We still actually kind of don't want these things to run. Because I think I'm just going to start feeding the clay to hatches. I think we're pretty good on ceramic at this point. Well, we might want more later, but for now I think we're fine. Pumping out this. Perfect. Okay. I think we are all set now. We can start focusing a little bit more on space. Getting this dug out. Getting this rocket ready. How is Stinky doing? 83%, so he's almost ready to go. So, yeah, I think we want to close off this system. Before I do, let me just plant one more of these. We're ready to close off this system, start generating our steam, and start fueling up our rocket for the trip. And I think we'll basically work in parallel to create the gantry and power system over here. And then on top of that, get our steam fueled up into the rocket. I think that is the plan. The main step we need to do before we do that... Regolith. Yeah. The main thing we're going to need to do before that is to set up a exosuit dock checkpoint. And actually, now that I think about it, I kind of want this to be one thing lower, don't I? Like, I'm fine having this little step up here, but I want this to be one lower. Okay. We'll do that in the next episode, though. I'll see you guys next time.